Welcome.
Update: my wife was unfaithful to me and says it's my fault. Her lover is head over heels in love with her. She keeps telling me that she can still care about me despite what she did. Background: I was with my ex-wife for 14 years. She thrives on attention and constantly needs someone around to talk to her. If she texts me and I go an hour without answering her, she gets angry. This goes back to when we were dating. I am the opposite. While it may be nice for me to have someone around all the time, I don't necessarily need them and can go days without talking or seeing anyone. The other guy is obsessed with her. He would write her letters telling her how much he loves her and how in love he is with her. He would send her selfies making kissy faces at her. If she goes a few hours without texting him, he texts her every 20 to 30 minutes telling her how much he misses her and is thinking about her. He would call her in the middle of the night, and when she would ignore him, he would call her again. He showers her with gifts. He has her name tattooed on his name. When I found out, I asked her why she did what she did, and she said she realized there was no point in putting effort and energy into her husband, who wasn't giving it back to her, when there was a guy right there paying attention to her. So I said, "So you went with him because he pays attention to you?" And she said, "No, it's not that he pays attention to me, it's that he pays attention to me." An absolutely silly answer if you ask me. Despite our falling out, she hopes we can be friends. Anyway, I have had little to no contact with her. Every time she tried to talk to me, I would respond with 1 to 2 words to show my lack of interest. One day she asked me why I was acting this way with her. I got angry and told her that she had to realize that she didn't care about me. If she cared, she wouldn't have done what she did. She says I have to realize that she may still care about me. Then I told him to ask himself, why did he decide to leave me? Why did he look for someone else? Why, even though I begged him to try to make things right, he refuses to do it? And his answer was that he wanted to be happy. This infuriated me even more. This tells me that she was so desperate to try to be happy, that she was willing to do whatever it took to get to that point no matter who it hurt. I told her that this response was all she needed and that ultimately she was looking out for her own self-interest, hence why she didn't care about me. She says I act like it's a crime to want to enjoy life and be happy. At this point, I've had enough and told her that I'd rather be unhappy being with her than happy not being with her because, unlike her, my marriage was the most important thing to me and I never wanted it any other way. She told me that's absurd and that life is too short to choose to live miserably. If I love her as much as I say I do, I should want her to be happy no matter what. She says it's not her fault that I was unable to make her happy. She still cares and will always care about me and wants me to be happy. I really don't believe a word she says. I don't think she cares about me at all. At the end of the day, she did what she did because she was ultimately looking out for her own benefit. I hope karma hits her and the other guy because not only did he go after my wife, but he did it knowing she was married. I hope she fares worse and realizes that happiness doesn't come from someone else, it comes from within, and until she realizes that, she will never be happy. Block her out. Why torture yourself with her? Work on yourself, be with people who work on themselves and are able to reflect. Time wasted with her is time you could use to do something useful. Tell her what I told my ex-wife the day our divorce was final. You got the divorce you wanted, and that means whatever you do, think, need or want is no longer my problem. Don't call me again. I hung up on her, blocked her on everything and went on with my life. That was literally the last time we spoke. Your ex doesn't understand what happiness is. Happiness comes from within, not from things or other people. Your ex will probably never understand this, and will become miserable going from man to find the happiness that will always elude her. Block her, my friend. I'm going to go against the grain here and say that she really thinks she cares about you. But it's not the kind of care you want or need. She cares about you selfishly. She needs you to be okay with her to prove to herself that she is not a bad person. If she wasn't happy, she could have left you without cheating on you. She chose to cheat on you and hurt you. If you don't have children, there is no need to continue contact. Update 2. The divorce will be finalized next month and all I feel is anger, resentment. At one point when I found out about her, Even though I was obviously heartbroken, my marriage meant more to me than anything, and I was hoping to try to work things out with her, but instead she chose to separate. When I asked him why him and not me, his answer was that he pays attention to her. He takes care of her, he makes her feel like she is the only person in the world. She also says that she likes the life she has with him and that she is finally happy. Now, I usually consider myself a pretty good friend. When a friend asks me for help, I drop what I'm doing to lend a hand. I was there for her when she was going through her own problems. She's hoping we can be friends after this, and I've told her no. As much as I love her, I can't help someone who obviously cares more about herself than me. I told her that when this divorce is finalized, the person who has been by her side through all of this, her best friend, will be gone, and that helping hand she has had for the past 14 years will not be available to her. All I can think about is karma. I hope karma hits them both, especially him, and that she realizes I won't be around to help her when that happens. She says she thinks she's happy at last. As petty as that sounds, I hope she's never happy. However, as much as I believe in karma, I also question it because it seems to me that she is ultimately in a much better place than I am. He pursued my wife knowing she is married and he won her over. He hurt me, but she is much better off emotionally than I am. This seems backwards to me. Do you believe in karma?
Comments.
He love-bombed her and she fell for it. Love-bombing is a controlling and manipulative tactic employed to gain affection quickly. She fell into the trap because of her need for excessive external validation. Do you believe in karma? I know it's a cliché and I know it's trite, but the best karma is living well. If your happiness depends on her misery, you will never be truly happy. Her karma is that she is her. Someone who acts without integrity or kindness. She hopes we can be friends after this, and I told her no. That is wise. No contact will help you heal. People like your ex are never truly happy because they need other people's energy to be happy. When he stops bombarding her with love, she will go back to being miserable. Take comfort in the fact that she will never be truly happy because, ultimately, she doesn't love herself. Limerence fades, and when it does, it leaves one hell of a hangover. When it does, do not answer its call. Let him go and find someone who is loyal to you, be happy and move on. That's the best karma can do. Seeing you happy with someone else will start to affect her and ruin her relationship with him. My opinion, she is so self-centered and needs so much recognition and attention that no one is likely to be able to make her happy. Don't waste your time thinking about karma. It will happen to her sooner or later. Your goal is to not give a damn when it happens to you. Your goal is to make your life worthwhile and full of happiness. Focus on you. Be selfish with yourself and your happiness. You are right to let her know that you will no longer be her friend.